That would be insane. And you'd probably get his face kicked off. Probably get strangled, probably get taken down, strangled, and he would be helpless.
Like, be a really, really, really rare person who doesn't take hormones and can perform like a 30-year-old when you're in your 50s.
46 years old. You have to remember that. So give your body some rest. Rest right now is Manny Pacquiao's friend in between training.
Interview: Joe Rogan has weighed in after watching Manny Pacquiao's latest training footage, and he's raising eyebrows. Rogan questioned whether it's wise for Pacquiao to step back into the ring at his age. He drew parallels with Mike Tyson's comeback and pointed out a harsh truth.
He wasn't going to be there long.
No, man. He was, and you would see the look in the guy's eyes when they would see him across the ring, like, oh my God, what the fuck did I sign up for?
So exciting. When you were with him, when he was here,
yeah.
Do you feel like this is still a menacing physical guy, or did you feel like...
Well, he's real nice.
Yeah, I know
he's a real nice guy, but he's still...
But does he still have that, you know, guys that were tough in their youth, you still feel that thing.
Yeah.
Hoya also didn't hold back, voicing serious concern about Pacquiao's decision. At 46, pushing your body through intense training camps comes with serious risks. De La Hoya urged Manny to be mindful of his age and to avoid burning himself out before fight night. While he gave full credit to Pacquiao's historic career, he admitted that predicting the outcome now is difficult. Too many things could go wrong, and at this stage in life, every variable matters. Interview: famed trainer Abel Sanchez spoke about the boldness behind Pacquiao's choice.
You're 46 years old. You have to remember that. So give your body some rest. Rest right now is Manny Pacquiao's friend in between training, in between sparring sessions. There's no shame in taking a day off or two, Manny. Trust me. Let your body relax, let your body rest. He'll do fine. He's experienced, he's got obviously the power, because it never leaves you. The speed I'm a little worried about, but I think, look, Barios is a live dog. He's a world champion, and he's no slouch. So I think it's going to be a good fight. I wish Manny all the best. I'm not sure who's going to win. I really haven't seen Barios, but I think Barios, I mean, the youth is obviously with him in this corner.
But also its danger. This isn't just another fight, he said. It's against Mario Barios, an elite welterweight still in his prime. Sanchez made it clear, this isn't a nostalgia bout, it's the real deal. Still, he left room for surprises, reminding fans that boxers like George Foreman proved age-defying wins can happen, even if they're rare.
To tell them to hang him up, he's older, he's been out of the ring, he's fighting I'm not gonna say a young champion, but he's fighting a very decent champion, probably the lesser of the three of the welterweight champions. But he is getting up in age. Will he be able to recapture some of that speed and snap to his punches? Who knows? But George Foreman did it at a much, much later age. So Manny has a chance. I think that he has a chance against a good champion.
Do you feel like with Mario Barrios in particular then, it's a champion they've targeted because in his last performance, he didn't really set the world alight. It was a draw, and he's left a few question marks around himself.
Not only that, the other thing is Norman is a very good fighter, and so is Boots. I mean, you're talking about two very, very good fighters that are, I think, on a different level than Barrios is.
Do you feel like that this could be the risk where, let's say, if Manny was to have success, was to become champion again, then he then looks at it and thinks, oh, can I go on a run? Can I get one of these other names?
That is a big risk, but I don't think that would be the fight that, those two wouldn't be the fights that they would be looking for. I'm sure that if Manny is fortunate enough to be in great shape, and listen, Freddie's a master. Freddie will figure out a way to win a fight that's winnable, and maybe then guide him towards other.
Interview: on the flip side, some critics are turning their scrutiny toward Mario Barios. Many believe facing a fighter more than 10 years older isn't a challenge worth bragging about. They argue Barios should be fighting opponents closer to his own era, and that beating an aging icon like Pacquiao might actually hurt his image more than help it. In their view, this fight adds little to either man's legacy or ranking, and might come off more like a spectacle than a fair contest.
Mario Barios and Manny Pacquiao are in talks for the WBC welterweight title fight. They want to do it in Vegas. Pacquiao is 45 and hasn't competed since August 2021 in a decision loss. Mario Barrios is definitely trying to stat pad at this point. In a stacked welterweight division, you can fight Crawford. If you don't want to fight someone who's coming off a W, fight Spence Jr. Fight Jaron or Stanius, you know? Fight one of the top 4 fighters. You're ranked top 5 and you want to fight Manny Pacquiao. That's stat padding. That shouldn't even count as a win. And I love Manny Pacquiao, but I mean, in his prime he would definitely beat Mario Barrios, but it's past his prime. Hasn't fought in 3 years, is 45 years old. It's time to hang it up, bud. I will say though, if he somehow miracle pulls it off, it'll be the greatest win, I think, in my opinion.
Interview boxing legend Shane Mosley had mixed feelings. He praised Pacquiao's legendary toughness and determination, but he also warned about the toll time takes on every fighter. Mosley pointed out that speed, reflexes, and endurance all decline with age, no matter how great the athlete. Facing someone like Barios, who's not just younger but still active, is a major risk. Even the best can get caught slipping when age starts to slow them down.
Manny Pacquiao coming inducted to the Hall of Fame next month. What is your take on that, having to have shared the ring with him?
It was a great time. Like I said, I was injured when I fought him, but it was just good. You know, it was being another great, and man is very sharp, very strong, and yeah, it's so real.
What's your take on him fighting Mr. Mario Larios next? I think it was July.
Youth sometimes can be hard on you, but we'll see what Manny can do as far as the straighten his up to be able to keep up with Larios. Anybody can do it, but maybe Manny can. You know, I don't know.
The boxing world is buzzing with concern. Analysts are sounding the alarm over the potential risks Pacquiao is facing. Some are even calling on the WBC to reconsider allowing the fight to happen. With Manny's age, long layoff, and the power Barios brings, the fear isn't just of losing, it's of a brutal knockout that could have lasting consequences.
Manny Pacquiao's gonna get knocked out by Mario Barrios. And I get it, like, Mario Barrios is like far from a good fighter. Mario Barrios is one of the worst champions in all of boxing, but Manny Pacquiao is so old, bro. I think a lot of you guys forget Manny Pacquiao fought last year and he arguably lost to like a Muay Thai kickboxer dude. Like, this dude wasn't even a boxer. Yes, he was really big, but the dude was just not a boxer. Honestly, I think the WBC should call this fight off. I think it's not too late to kind of go back on your word and let's call this one off. This fight should not be sanctioned by anybody. This fight should not be allowed. At least Mario Barrios should be stripped of his WBC title for defending it against a 46-year-old. Is there a slim chance Manny Pacquiao is able to outmaneuver him and maybe outpoint him, punch, you know, around him? Yeah, maybe. But realistically, it won't happen. But if he does, I think it will solidify him as the greatest boxer of all time, no questions about it. I think if he does win this fight, it would put him clearly over Ali, Ray Robinson, Ray Leonard, and Floyd Mayweather. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts on how y'all feel about this.
Many believe this comeback could cost him more than just a fight. Interview from a physical perspective, Barios holds all the natural advantages. He's not only much younger, but also naturally bigger and stronger. That means a longer reach, fresher movement, and better durability in the ring. All crucial assets in a high-level fight.
News: Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios is official for July 19th in Las Vegas for Barrios' WBC welterweight title. After 4 years off from pro boxing, Pacquiao will try to become the oldest active world champion in boxing at 46 years old and one of the oldest champions in boxing history. Now, this fight has been rumored for quite a while. They tried to make it last year after Pacquiao had an exhibition with Rukia Anpo, but they were never able to finalize a deal. But earlier this year, they re-entered negotiations and they finally made it official now. Now, in terms of the fight itself, Barrios, he's gonna have a huge age and size advantage. You know, the guy is 29 years old, right in his physical prime. He's he's probably going to weigh around 160, 165 pounds on the night of the fight. Whereas Pacquiao, like I said, he's 46 years old. He won't weigh over 145 pounds on the night of the fight. And Barios, he's just going to try to stay behind the jab and the straight shots and use that U to win in the fight. Now, what I will give Pacquiao is he does have a huge IQ advantage, and Barios' defense didn't look that great in his last fight. But still, the age is the main factor. But you guys let me know. Are you excited for Manny's return, or is it too risky at his age?
Pacquiao's experience is invaluable, but Barios's physical edge makes this bout far more unpredictable than it may seem on paper. Interview. Doctors and health experts are also speaking out. After years away from the sport, there's a real fear that Pacquiao's body simply can't take the same punishment anymore. The brutal reality of boxing leaves no room for error, especially for aging athletes.
What's the worst case scenario? Someone gets seriously hurt. Someone has like life-altering injuries, and that could happen in boxing. We've seen this. Manny Pacquiao isn't immune to this. He's been knocked out. He's been hit. He's not Floyd, who has been hardly hit. Like, he's been knocked out cold. I thought when he got knocked out by Marquez, I thought he died. It was that scary.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
So I do.
Ultimately, I'm most surprised that if it hasn't been officially announced, if it lands in Nevada or California, I'll be very surprised and dare I say disappointed.
Athletes whose reflexes have dulled and recovery has slowed. History has shown that comebacks like these often end badly, with serious injuries or long-term health effects like concussions and neurological damage.
It's like being a world champion means you are the best in the world. You are the champion of this world at your weight class. We all know right now, at least to me, it's common knowledge that that's Jaron Boots Ennis. At 147, he is the best in the world. But he doesn't hold all 4 belts, so he is only one of the 2 or 3, I guess now, world champions. Doesn't make sense to me, and especially when now you're the WBC and you're like, yeah, let's bring in Manny Pacquiao to potentially win a world championship. And let's say he pulls it off by some miracle. Are we going to put Manny Pacquiao in there with Boots Ennis? Is that what we're going to do? I hope not. And again, this is not me trying to be a hater. It's just, I don't want to see Manny get hurt. And Barios, not the biggest puncher in the world, but he can hurt it badly. He is a volume puncher, and he will be in there against a guy that, again, isn't a natural 147. Even if he finished his career at 147, that's not where Manny was his best self. And he's definitely going to be at a massive size disadvantage here. Height, reach, everything. Again, when Manny was in his prime, or, honestly, when he was still in his late 30s and early 40s before he retired, he could have handled that. The speed was still there. The consistency was still there. He wasn't running for political office and doing all this other stuff and taking time off. We see this time and time again. When a boxer retires, takes a long time off, and then comes back, it usually, again, outside of George Foreman, rest in peace to the GOAT, it usually doesn't go well. And I don't think this is going to either. And it's clear to me that this is done for, a staging of an event versus the actual competitive nature of the fight. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong and that Manny still has it, but I'm just going to go with what makes the most sense. The WBC and whoever they partner with on this is going to try to sell tickets off of it. Okay, that's fine, but what's the point of the belt if this is the match? What are you saying as the WBC to all the actual contenders that you have ranked at welterweight for?
That wraps up today's segment. Stick around. There's a lot more to come on this developing story.